Good evening, viewers. You're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where I curate the day's top 7 story for our viewers. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. These are the headlines. Massive escalation on Lankan crisis. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe takes over as interim president as President Gotabaya flees to the Maldives. Imposes state of emergency and curfew in midst of protest. Dramatic standoff on Colombo streets. Massive march of protesters breaches Prime Minister's office. Force fired tear gas shells. Army choppers hover over stir site and Prime Minister's office. India Today reports live from the Lankan crisis zone.
सारी कोशिशें नाकाफी साबित हो रही हैं। यहाँ कुछ भी देख पाना मुश्किल है। ये एक टीयर सीट मेरे पास गिरा बिल्कुल यहाँ पे। कुछ भी देख पाना यहाँ पर मुश्किल।
NCB's damning charge sheet in SSR case. Narcotics Bureau says the late actor's girlfriend Rhea pushed him into addiction, used his money to buy and supply narcotics.
We're currently outside the Prime Minister's office, and currently what is happening here is that has been had shells and rapid liquor public which anti-police are running away. They are the crowd who are dispersing and running away from the Prime Minister's residence. Earlier they came over here demanding that Ranil Wickremesinghe should not be made the actual next president. Over here you could see as we speak from public police is using tear gas and police are also going over there, and currently now this place everybody is running away because of
Moosewala murder mastermind Lawrence Bishnoi spills murder Salman Khan plot, says plotted hit on Bollywood soup. NCB's damning charge sheet in SSR case. Narcotics Bureau says the late actor's girlfriend Rhea pushed him into addiction, used his money to buy and supply narcotics. Moosewala murder mastermind Lawrence Bishnoi spills murder Salman Khan plot, says plotted hit on Bollywood superstar in 2018 for killing of sacred black bucks. Mumbai fights early morning waterlogging after torrential rainfall. Over 80 dead in Gujarat after 5th day of rain havoc. Flood situation grim in the state of Telangana. COVID cases on the rise once again. Centre announces free COVID booster doses for all adults for the next 75 days at government centres. All right, viewers, the big story coming in. The Narcotics Control Bureau finally has charge-sheeted actor Rhea Chakraborty in the SSR case. This time around, she has been charge-sheeted for receiving and buying ganja. That is what the charge sheet says. The Bollywood actor and former girlfriend of late actor Sushant Singh Rajput, Rhea Chakraborty, now back in the NCB net. Rhea Chakraborty and 34 others have been charged for supplying drugs to high society and Bollywood. They have also been accused of abetting Sushant into extreme drug addiction. The NCB, in its charges filed Tuesday against actor Rhea Chakraborty, claimed that between March and December 2020, all 35 accused in the Sushant Singh Rajput drug case entered into a criminal conspiracy. As per the NCB, the plot was to finance drug trafficking, including procuring, sale, transport, distribution of drugs in high society and Bollywood. The accused are also stand of consumption of ganja, charas, LSD, cocaine and other drugs. The accused allegedly used Sushant's bank account to procure contraband and termed it puja samagri, or material used for puja. Connecting immediately to my colleague Devesh Singh, joining us live with the very latest. Devesh, take us through the charge sheet. It's taken a huge while in the coming, but Rhea Chakraborty right now charge sheeted by the NCB, primarily for receiving and consuming ganja. What else?
Well, Preeti, Rhea Chakraborty, who's named as accused number 10 by the Narcotics Control Bureau in the case, which is also known as the Sushant Singh Rajput drug case, which was investigated by the anti-drug agency in the year 2020 after demise of actor Sushant Singh Rajput. Rhea Chakraborty, the draft charges that have been filed against Rhea Chakraborty state that she took delivery of ganja from Showik Chakraborty, from Dipesh Sawant, from Samuel Miranda and others, and handed over the same drug to Sushant Singh Rajput. She also made payment for the drugs which were procured from drug traffickers and brought in by Showik Chakraborty, Dipesh Sawant, Samuel Miranda and others. She is being charged under section 27A and various other sections for conspiracy, drug trafficking, drug consumption by the Narcotics Control Bureau. All the 35 accused, including Rhea Chakraborty, have been charged in the case for drug trafficking. Few of them have been charged for drug consumption and also for conspiracy by the anti-drug agency Narcotics Control Bureau. Preeti.
Devesh, what happens now? What's the protocol? Because is there going to be now an impending arrest, or this is now going to be fought in court? Break it down for us.
Well, Preeti, Rhea Chakraborty was already arrested in the year 2020 and then she was released on bail. These are the draft charges that have been filed by the agency. The agency did file a charge sheet after 180 days of registering the case after the arrest of Rhea Chakraborty, and then a charge sheet was filed. Now draft charges have been filed in the court in the same case. The trial is about to begin. The trial would start now, and it's only after the court decides on what the verdict is, whether the accused are convicted or not, only then they'll be sentenced to imprisonment as per the NDPS Act, as per the Narcotic, Drug and Psychotropic Substances Act. As of now, Rhea Chakraborty and other accused who've been released on bail are waiting for the trial to start in the NDPS court, Mumbai.
All right, Devesh, appreciate you joining us with the very latest. We're going to keep coming back to you. Meanwhile, I want to cut across to the excerpt of an interview, the only interview that Rhea Chakraborty gave to India Today when she was surrounded by all sorts of allegations pertaining to the suicide of her partner, Sushant Singh Rajput. Listening.
कहीं ना कहीं ये सवाल उठ रहा है कि क्या रिया का ड्रग पेडलर्स, ड्रग डीलर्स के साथ कोई कनेक्शन है?
यही बचा था ना अब मेरे ऊपर डालने के लिए कि इस लड़की को इतना क्रूसिफाई कर दो। मैं तो बोलती हूँ एक बंदूक के ले आओ, मेरी फैमिली लाइन से खड़ी हो जाएगी, गोली मार के उड़ा दो हमें, नहीं तो हम ही सुसाइड कर लेते हैं, फिर कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगा? आई डिनाई ऑल दीज एलिगेशंस, दे आर एब्सोल्युटली बेसलेस।
आपने कभी एमडीएमए लिया?
जी नहीं, I have never taken any drugs.
So you tried MDMA once?
Never, and I'm willing to do a drug test.
So you deny this conversation?
I deny.
With Gaurav Arya?
Yes.
You don't know him?
No, I do know him, but I deny the contents of this conversation, and I will like to reserve the rest of this for the investigation. It's unfortunate कि किसी के गुजर जाने के बाद हमें उनकी vices को ऐसे exploit करना होता है, पर अब मेरे पास कोई option नहीं है. Yes, Sushant used to smoke marijuana, और हाँ वो काफी रेगुलरली पीते थे, मुझसे मिलने से पहले से पीते थे. इनफैक्ट केदारनाथ की शूटिंग या उससे जरा सा पहले से उन्होंने शुरू किया था ये, और मैं इनफैक्ट उन्हें कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश करती थी. सिर्फ इसी डिपार्टमेंट में मैं उन्हें कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश करती थी, मैं कट डाउन करने की कोशिश करती थी, लेकिन ही वॉज अ मैन ऑफ हिज ओन चॉइसेस. ही वॉज अ ग्रोन मैन who chose what he wanted to do, and nobody could stop him.
You did not encourage him to take drugs?
Absolutely not. In fact, I have a
Even though he was on the habit, वो drug पर है, लेकिन आपने कभी उनको encourage नहीं किया?
नहीं, मैंने.
You didn't try to stop him?
I tried to stop him. I tried to stop him, and I tried to tell him to reduce it. But it is something he would do.
All right, viewers, let's quickly move on to the other big developing story that we've been tracking for a while, and that is the Sidhu Moosewala drug bust. Now, the man accused of killing him, Lawrence Bishnoi, is back in focus. The biggest revelation coming in is that Lawrence Bishnoi's gang did plot to kill superstar Salman Khan. Sources suggest that during the grilling by Punjab cops, Bishnoi revealed that he wanted to kill Salman Khan to teach him a lesson. He was upset with him for hunting down black bucks, the animals held sacred by the Bishnoi community. The jailed gangster revealed that he sent gangster Sampat Nehra to eliminate Salman in Mumbai. The assassination plot fell through as Sampat didn't have a high-caliber string rifle and had only a pistol for the hit job. The gangster entrusted with procuring the long-range spring rifle, Dinesh Dagar, was nabbed by the cops. Meanwhile, in the famous gangster Lawrence Bishnoi's close aide Vikramjit Brar, Rajasthan-based gangster, is in Dubai. It was revealed that Vikram Brar fled to UAE after getting a passport made from Chandigarh on 28 June 2018. Vikram Brar's name had surfaced in the threat letter written to Salman Khan and was plotting to threaten Bollywood celebrities including Karan Johar and extort money from them while sitting in Dubai. Let's listen in to all the reactions we've gotten in from Lawrence Bishnoi as well, and also from the Salman Khan camp, where they said that they had received absolutely no threat mail. Listen in.
जब हम करेंगे तो पता लग ही जाएगा. सलमान खान का करेंगे, मारेंगे ही जाएंगे. जोधपुर में मारेंगे तो पता लग जाएगा इनको. अभी तो मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं, अभी नहीं मतलब कोई इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं. जब हम करेंगे तो पता लग ही जाएगा. सलमान खान का करेंगे, मारेंगे ही जाएंगे. जोधपुर में मारेंगे तो पता लग जाएगा इनको. अभी तो मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं, अभी नहीं मतलब कोई इन्वॉल्व कर रहे हैं.
जब भी कोई कमिटमेंट करो तो पॉजिटिव करना, नेगेटिव नहीं करना. और शिकार टाइगर जैसे शिकार कोई नहीं करता है ना, ये सबको पता है. जब भी कोई कमिटमेंट करो तो पॉजिटिव करना, नेगेटिव नहीं करना. और शिकार टाइगर जैसे शिकार कोई नहीं करता है ना, ये सबको पता है.
I want to immediately pull in my colleague Rhea Chakraborty, who's been following the case very closely, to break it down for us and tell us exactly what went down. How serious was the threat to Salman Khan's life, Rhea? Because Salman Khan has maintained that he received no threat, but now more revelations coming in. What more can you add?
Well, we've been seeing the timeline of the threat. We've seen that once Lawrence Bishnoi, while he was being presented in the court, verbally he gave a threat. There was a threat letter that then was sent to Salman Khan's house. And now, the Vikram Brar angle, that's something that needs to be pointed out to our viewers, that how not only did he give a threat to Salman Khan, but he also, Lawrence Bishnoi, plotted and planned and ensured that he flees the country, so that even after planning and plotting the murder, something happens, his associates are safe. There was a fake passport that they obtained from Chandigarh, post with in the month of June 2018. He flees the country. He's right now in Dubai, and he's the person who is behind the threat of Salman Khan. So it's a very pretty serious case, even though Salman Khan and the others, they had denied the seriousness of the threat. But if you can see the timeline, this has been consecutive threats that's been issued to Salman Khan from the Lawrence Bishnoi gang.
Earlier on, one would have thought that this was a publicity stunt by the entire Lawrence Bishnoi gang. But now the fact, Shreya, that the credence been brought to it is the fact that he comes from the Bishnoi community. Salman Khan has been accused of killing black bucks, which are sacred to the Bishnoi community, so the gap gets tied in there.
Well, absolutely. It is the black buck case indeed, because of which that threat was given to Salman Khan by Lawrence Bishnoi. And if you can see the tone, the way he said that threat, he said that, I will kill him. When I get to see him, I will kill him. So that is the kind of seriousness that probably the investigators are also taking in, and that's the reason they are investigating Vikram Brar very closely, and also the link between the Lawrence Bishnoi gang at a time when we have seen the gang rivalry playing out in the open. We've seen in the recent past what happened with Sidhu Moosewala. In any given time, the agencies can't take it loosely.
Appreciate you joining us, Shreya. I want to quickly now shift focus to the other big developing story that we are tracking, and that concerns the Sidhu Moosewala murder case and involving an entire fake passport racket. It seems Lawrence Bishnoi was looking at getting a fake passport. Now, the big action by the Delhi police after the India Today news break on Moosewala's murder case. The Delhi cops have arrested the person who arranged a fake passport for gangster Bishnoi's brother and nephew. India Today was the first to reveal that before Sidhu Wala's Lawrence Bishnoi had sent his brother Anmol and nephew Sachin out of the country by getting fake passports. It was well hatched out conspiracy to protect his brother and nephew and to leave no link behind of the murder of Sidhu Moosewala. Bishnoi settled them abroad from where they could coordinate, facilitate, successfully execute this crime. The fake passport of gangsters' kin were made from the Delhi Regional Passport Office. All right, viewers, the Congress seems to have landed itself in a bit of a soup again. This time around, allegations being made that the Congress has insulted the NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu. Now, the Congress leader, Ajay Kumar, is accused of stirring a row after taking a jibe at Draupadi Murmu, claiming that she represents an evil philosophy and must not be made an icon of the Adivasi community. The BJP has come out guns blazing with the Congress leader's remark. Union Minister Smriti Irani condemned Dr. Kumar for mocking a woman who devoted her life for the upliftment of the tribal community. The BJP has demanded apology for the mockery. Having said that, the Congress viewers says that they didn't mock Draupadi Murmu, they mocked the evil ideology of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Draupadi Murmu is a good woman, but she is backed by this evil ideology of the BJP, is what the Congress says.
एनडीए किस कैंडिडेट को आगे बढ़ाए वो उनके ऊपर है, उस पर हमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं थी। द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी के बारे में हमने हमेशा कहा है कि एक अच्छी महिला है। समस्या उनके जो एनडीए के विचारधारा पर हमने जो टिप्पणी की थी, बीजेपी के जो नफरत वाली जहरीली वाली जो विचारधारा है, इसी विचारधारा को तो सरदार पटेल ने बैन किया था 1950 में।
The language used by the Congress party, particularly by Ajay Kumar, its official spokesperson, saying that Draupadi Murmu ji represents a very evil philosophy and that she does not symbolize the Adivasi community, is not just an insult of Draupadi Murmu, her struggles in life, the manner in which she has risen from the grassroots to go up to become the Jharkhand governor and is now the first woman tribal president candidate of India, but it is also an insult of the entire Adivasi community.
जो ये सवाल उठते हैं कि सही में अगर आपने किसी व्यक्ति को एक चुना है तो उन्होंने अपने समुदाय या समाज के हितों की जब कोई भी कार्रवाई होती या उनके खिलाफ विपरीत कार्रवाई होती तो क्या उसमें एक सकारात्मक भूमिका आपने निभाई है? गलत कानूनों को बदलने के लिए आपने कभी आवाज उठाई है कि नहीं, या असली सही विकास के और जनहित के कानून लाने के लिए आपने क्या कभी कोई आवाज उठाई है कि नहीं? और अगर नहीं तो फिर उस समुदाय का नेतृत्व या उसके विकास में आपकी उतनी रुचि नहीं है। ठीक है, सांकेतिक रूप में हमने हमेशा कोशिश की है इस देश में, और ये भारत के संविधान ने जो कांग्रेस ने बनाया उसकी ये मूल भावना भी रही है कि धीरे धीरे अलग अलग वर्ग, अलग अलग समुदाय के लोगों को हमारे संविधान के कारण, देश में हुए विकास के कारण धीरे धीरे जगह मिले और ये भारत अंततः सबका बने।
All right, viewers, monsoon continues to rain misery in various states. Gujarat has seen a horrid death count. Telangana on red alert, Maharashtra on red alert, Madhya Pradesh on red alert.
Monsoon fury across India. From Himachal Pradesh to Kerala, monsoon mayhem has swept many states of the country. Incessant rainfall is leading to flood-like situation. It has been raining continuously in Maharashtra's Nagpur for the last 48 hours. Rivers in the region are in spate. The Ambajari barrage is overflowing and 3 shutters have now been opened. Water is being released from the Chatakpur and Haranbari dam, leading to flooding of low-lying areas in Nashik. Eight people are dead after a wall collapsed due to incessant rainfall in Gujarat. The heavy downpour wreaking havoc in several areas of Gujarat, including Jalalpur and Navsari. 4 shutters of the RG2 dam in Rajkot were also opened to manage the inflow. People staying in low-lying areas are being evacuated and rushed to safer places. In the state of Uttar Pradesh, many towns including Bijnor are facing waterlogging on the streets after a heavy rainfall. In Bijnor, police posts, schools and roads are inundated. The hill town of Manali in district Kullu saw heavy downpour last night. This bus station in the popular tourist destination is flooded with water from the nearby drains and streams are flowing in. Bureau Report, India Today.
Heavy bus certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp group. There's a claim floating about suggesting that Bhagwant Mann seeks leave and Raghav Chadda to run the government. Incorrect. The Punjab Chief Minister has sought no leave after the wedding. He's very much in office.